Yeah, we could do that. That'd be fun. All right, I'm just gonna test this, make sure it works. Get at least this far. Like get your generic first person thing moving around, please. Because that'll be something we might need to help with, just to the input system versus input manager. I feel like I'm in SpongeBob right now. Like, what's happening here? Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Right?
I was like, oh no.
Oh, it goes right over the rock. What? Oh, maybe I needed to add. Maybe I needed to add a collider to the prefab before I made it a brush, because the tree's like stopping me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, whatever. We got stuff. It moves around, and we got, I don't know, algae or something growing in the middle of our forest. Fun stuff. Oh, on the trees, a couple of things that I noticed that we didn't cover. So this tree here, uh, this is like a double slider. Check this guy out. Like I can say, tree height needs to be from mid to all the way. Yeah, so that's kind of nifty. Or like all of it, we're just like, nah, nothing, right? Like just stay in this range. So yeah, it's kind of a cool deal. So now we should get all kinds of ridiculousness. Big trees, tall trees, small trees, all kinds. I mean, basically, um, oh, I think it's already published, so it's not too much of a spoiler. We're going to be adding lava next week, raising lava. So we're going to need to do some vertical jumping to get away from it, all that kind of stuff. Week 7? No, I don't know. Why?
No, no, I
I
mean, you already
just.
said his house on fire.
She really did, though.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she left and then cut the Ethernet cable so crashed the jack box and then later that night your house was on fire.
We did. We did have a fire.
Well, I don't live there anymore. I'm here for your safety. Well,
Yeah, no, I fear for my safety too.
it's probably why I was out of
All right.
I was framed.
So I started doing some of this. It's while I was in Blender and crashing Blender earlier. I just started pulling some things in. So we're going to look at a few of those. I got crates. I didn't think I got barrels. So I drug the spell book in. Let's just pretend I didn't drag the treasure chest in yet. So, oh, it's not there. Yeah. So what I've done is I've created a models folder with a nice underscore before it, so it goes into the top of my list. I don't have to like dig through. So it keeps it alphabetical, but like the first round of it. So I've got a models folder. I'm dragging my FBXs in there, and then inside that I've got more folders, which we'll get to. We go to Blender, and then last year's crates and barrels and exports, and there's a bunch of stuff in there. So this is if you made your own stuff instead of getting it from the Unity asset store. So I grabbed the treasure chest because I want that in my scene. Just drag it in here to the project window in my models folder, and yay, it's there. But look, it's all gray and dumb. So do them in order. I find it just works better. Fingers crossed. So I'll extract textures, and in my models folder, I've got a textures and materials folder. So I want to say extract textures, select textures, it'll go in there. If there's a normal map, then it'll say, hey, I need to tag this as a normal map, and you say, okay, do that. And then you can see it's got the stuff on there, but the material still shows none. So if I need to change the material later, I still need the material. So I'm going to do, after I extract textures, I'm going to extract materials, same thing, just go to the materials folder. Now I've got a named material that I can go play with, like change the metallic or the normal map or other stuff. So If you're dropping in your own crates and barrels that you just created 15 minutes ago or within 15 minutes, whatever it was, Sabrina, that's how we do it. So I'm going to do a couple more of those. So I got my spell book in here. I'm just going to go down the list, extract textures, put it in the textures folder that I made, fix the normal, extract materials. Naturally the taco, extract the textures. Because if you have the power to 3D model, why wouldn't you make a taco? Then make a burrito.
Unmovable taco.
A taco wall.
Yes.
And then I'm going to do this. So I got this map. We're going to try this out. You guys remember the map texture from textures class? For the most of you, not everyone. Let's see if I can get this here. It's got a normal map on it because I went crazy. Materials. So I'm just going to drag this map out. We'll play with that for a minute while I try not to use Blender shortcuts. All right, so we got this cool map with a border around it. So we want to play with the shader a little bit. So right now, this is the standard shader. If I change that to fade, then it cuts my stuff. You can see it does, cutout works pretty good too. Transparent still leaves a little bit of weirdness. So actually for this, cutout probably works really well, but I think the problem is going to be, yeah. So anyway, we got a cool map. No one ever looks at the back of a map, right? So we're good. Hidden somewhere. So there's I'm trying to remember where it's at. I'll have to look it up in a little bit.
How does that work?
What?
Like, how does it know what to cut out?
It was in the texture.
Oh.
The texture itself had the alpha around it, and so I just had to let the shader know that it needed to take out the alpha stuff.
No, it's just AI.
And so now it's
Just
you
AI.
just slap you so hard. You can see like we're even getting like the sunlight through the hole in the map, so it's kind of cool. Yeah. So we got the stuff out there, and what we're supposed to be doing. I'll look up the two-sided. There's a way to force two-sided. I'll look at that up in a minute. But really what we need to do is we need to put some big stuff in and some small stuff in. So I'm going to drag this little cardboard box out. That's cool, I guess. And it'll just float there for now. So I dragged it from my models folder. So I'm going to need to, a cardboard box should be kickable, right? Like, I don't even think there's anything in it. So we're going to add I'm going to do a mesh collider around this. It's got that thing sticking out. Yeah, but I need to make it convex. And so then it does this little shrink wrap thing. So I can't actually like slide anything in there, but it's taking a lot less polys to calculate the collision now than this double-sided cardboard with an inside. Like if you don't hit convex, literally every polygon on the mesh will be calculated for collision. And so if you want to melt someone's PS5, go off. But your frame rate's going to suck. So with that on, now I can add a rigid body as well. And this is something we can kick around. Special note. If you add a rigid body and any kind of collider, especially mesh collider here, that's not convex, Unity breaks. This will disappear. What happens is it basically clips through the world and keeps going. I had to find that out the hard way when I was working on a VR thing for a company. I had a deal that I put right in the middle of the room. I put the headset on. Every time I hit play, it was gone. Like, yeah, it would fall through the floor before it started rendering my headset. And I'm like, I know it's there. Like, what happened? And so, yeah, what I did was to figure it out, because I was a dum-dum, I had to come over to scene while it was running and then like select the object. And I could see that on its position on the Y, it would just, I was like, oh, it went through the floor. So anyway, we'll watch a fun video about that in a little bit. But yeah, make sure convex for mesh collider and with rigid body now that's kickable. Now I want to do another cardboard box. I want to kick a bunch around, right? So I should do all that again? No, no, that's what I got this prefabs folder for. So I'm going to drag this cardboard box that's all set up over here. Now I've got a prefab. You can see like the icon change a little bit. And then I just drag this out here. And it's already got its mesh collider, rigid body, all that stuff set up. Wow. It's just that easy. But I don't know why it's clipping when trying to. Oh, I probably didn't change the origin.
I'll never doubt you. You run in there and the cardboard boxes just go flying. And once they fall through,
I don't even know where all that's at. Like it's probably if I spawn now, it's like 10 miles away from my. Yeah. And so I was gonna, I've got a little like Legend of Zelda type. Like if you go through this mountain pass, there's this clearing here. I don't know. But all those cardboard boxes right where no one's at is super not helpful. Oh, see that keeps happening? Let's talk about that for a minute. So I'm trying to click around and find my player and zoom in on that. But like as soon as I hit the terrain, it selects and starts trying to have me paint more trees in. If you're done with your terrain or you don't want that to happen, come over here and this little finger guy, hit that. Now you can't select it. It's unselectable. You can't accidentally select it, and it's not in the way. You can also poke it in the eye and make it disappear, which does not as good. But okay, so this guy is at wherever he's at. We'll just start dragging cardboard boxes over here because I don't want to go chasing them across the 17-mile Skyrim map.
you need the train to be the default size, or can we shrink it?
You can shrink it. And you don't even, and if you go like 1,000 meters by whatever, you don't have to fill the whole thing up. I just need to see that. I mean, have some fun, like explore. Like there's a lot of fun tools. All right, so we're going to test that and make sure we can cardboard boxes around. Oh. Now I'm disappointed that it doesn't like collapse and fold and everything, but it'll be all right. Okay. So we needed that. We needed stuff we could kick around that would interact with the physics. Yeah. I've done some stuff. Yeah. Later on in the semester, there'll be an opportunity to make ourselves fly across. I figured out a way to lob a grenade underneath the car and then jump on top of the car and then, yeah, super fun. All right, so we're supposed to do that. We got those in. We need some big objects now that do not have rigid body. So when you add rigid body, it's telling the physics engine, pay attention to this. Let it interact with things. Let it move around. But if I think I downloaded a house or something.
I think you're strong enough to push a house.
I could, I mean, in this game. Let's see. We drag this guy out.
I think Pillboy is strong enough to push a house.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, that was just the mesh inside. See, like that was. Oh no, you're right. Okay, I'm the dumb. Perfect. Okay, so now we got this house here, and I don't even know if it's got collision on it. We're gonna see. I'll bet I can clip through this thing until I fix it. Apparently, that had some polys. Oh. Yeah, I didn't add anything to it, so I'm ghosting right through it.
You're actually hallucinating. The house is a figment of your imagination.
Every time. I'm gonna come over here to game, and I'm gonna change this up to play maximized, just so we can see it better. All right, so survival old house that I just grabbed from who knows where, somewhere on the thing. So we're going to getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but you're going to find stuff that has this. So it's got 3 models in here: LOD0, LOD1, and LOD2. Hide the other guys. Zoom out far enough that LOD2 shows up. So anyway, that's got a lot less polys. And then as I zoom in here, then it's going to hide LOD2. It's going to show LOD1 with about midway polys. And then when we get really close, it's going to show the highest poly version, which is cool. A lot of assets have that. That keeps things running smoothly. So what do we need colliders on?
Oh, just LOD 0.
Probably just 0, right? If we're not close enough to see it, yeah. Wait a minute. Anyway, yeah, if we're close enough that it disappears, then we don't need collision on it. That's what I meant to say. So there's a whole lot of jazz up in here. There's like a lot of different things. Yeah, but it doesn't know what to do. So we could just put a box all the way around it and then just not let ourselves jump up on the roof and figure out that it's not sloped. Or we could shrink wrap each of the pieces, but they're all like, yeah, there's holes in them. So we could add just mesh colliders to this, and again, it's going to go back to every face on it is being calculated. Maybe we can do that. So for just the doorways that I want to go through, but not like clip through the sides, I could just add a mesh collider. What else we got? So that's the door, the house interior. Okay, that doesn't include the windows. So it's really just a few walls. We'll try that one too. Let's add a mesh collider to that. Oh, wrong thing. I'm not getting enough mesh agents for a little bit. Mesh collider. The windows we could just leave alone, or we could shrink wrap them all, but it would do them all together. So we'll just ignore those for now. Yeah, it might be a cool little trick. This weird bits of metal. Okay, we'll see how this performs. We're dealing with some dangerous stuff here. Actually, yeah, since it just seems to be like straddling other things. See, I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to do this with the. I think they. Obreshka Stropoli. I don't know. That's what it says. That's what it's called. I'm going to guess it means roof in some language. So I'm going to add a mesh collider to that, but then shrink wrap it, so make it convex. So now if we can get up on the roof, like we'd slide down and stuff, but we can't get inside this now, which seems to be fine. Shrub wood. Oof. What if I hide this? So that's something we can do. Let's just see. If I take that out, then I'm clipping through walls. So I guess I need just regular mesh on that. Ultimately, what we probably should do is just put a box collider around it and say, don't go in this house. But if you need to go inside the house, then this is how we would do it. Windows, we'll just ignore. That stuff looks important. And that just, I think we don't, yeah. Then we don't try to sneak underneath, I think it'll be fine. Let's just box collide around that one. So it's going to take the mesh and just going to make a box as big as it needs to cover every bit of it. So you can see we've already got some spots we won't be able to go to, but it's kind of all right. We'll see. All right, let's see what kind of mess we've just did. Is there a fire extinguisher handy, just in case? All right, kick the boxes. I should be able to jump through the windows, right? So that's the first thing we try instead of like, going through the door. Yeah. But I mean, like, it kind of works. Choices were made. Not all of them were bad. If it wasn't all bright and sunny out there, I'd think I was playing some low-budget Resident Evil. This house kind of looks not the best.
You can kind of see the ground you get on the roof.
See the ground what?
You go in the shed, you can kind of see the ground. Oh, yeah.
Oh, was there some yeah. Nah, it's not my mesh. Yeah. I want my money back, Steam. This is the worst game ever. I could see grass underneath the house.
I don't want to touch grass one.
So that's a thing. We need something that's solid. You don't have to go inside of it. You find something like this and want to do it up with just play with the mesh colliders and different colliders around it like we did. Cool. If it's just a big exterior building that I can't push because I'm not Superman, that's what we're looking for. So no rigid body on it, just colliders. It stops me. I don't know what lore we've just created with this. There's cardboard boxes laying around. There's purple grass. There's a messed up house. I don't know. Huh?
It looks like the we can't find the text for pizza.
Oh, the grass. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And the world is just, the world loses all of its texture.
So what I can do, I downloaded someone else's prefabs and I changed them up and added the colliders that we did. So I can come over here with that prefab selected and look at overrides. And I can see all the changes that I made here. I added box colliders, mesh colliders. I can just apply that, and now that's part of the prefab. And if I drag out another house, we have the same capabilities for it. So, yeah, I make a whole neighborhood, gated community, and then probably the next thing we'll need for that is some. Yeah, we'll just need some spell books laying around. That'll make us wonder what happened to the previous residents. And this book is about DET and Photoshop, so you know it's going to be bad. This guy's just a model, so this easy peasy, just box collider, right? I don't foresee us making games where we need the physics to such a point that I need to like reach under here. I don't need to put anything in there, huh? I mean, if I shoot at this book and the bullet bounces off that far away, I'm probably not going to notice. He would, however. All right, let's talk about that. So I just put a box collider on it, but I didn't put a rigid body on it. So what's going to happen? We got floating books, which is
honestly for the lore, that's good.
yeah, like it kind of works for our world.
Floating spellbook? Come
Add
on.
a rigid body straight into position, so that way it just rotates easily. Just in the middle.
Oh yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff with that. Yeah, so it's a floating book that we can stand on. So if we wanted to set ourselves up for later, like, oh my gosh, get me away from floating lava, then we could do like pallets and books and stuff and have the classic floating platforms that why it made sense in 2D and we just kept it. Floating platforms, deal with it. That's the world we live in. That's what a video game is. All right. I've added those, but didn't do anything with them. So I'm going to take this spell book and make that a prefab. And the palette, I'll make that a prefab. And these are floaty boys. I didn't add rigid body to them, so we can do other things. Let's look and see what else we're supposed to do. We have the grass, first-person controller, smaller objects to kick around, colliders and rigid bodies. Stuff that we can't kick around. Creative, it builds, etc. Yeah, there's points here for all the other stuff. All right. We want to break immersion. We can do stuff like add giant things. It was, yeah, no, the pink grass. I was sold. I was like, this is obviously Minnesota. I don't know.
Add the giant movable taco.
All right, so I'm going to shrink wrap this guy with a convex mesh collider, and I'm going to add rigid body. So this is a dumpster that I could just kick. Okay, well, we'll get tacos in here, and then we can scale those.
Yes. More. Why is that taco so small?
All right, I'm gonna do this too. Mesh collider, shrink wrap it, rigid body. Too late. Too late. Naturally. You're right. 0.5. It's a taco balloon? I don't know. And smack. I'm so hungry right now. Just kicking that around. Okay. Here's something else we can do. I'm going to create a physics material.
Bouncy tacos.
Bouncy tacos.
Bouncy, no friction.
No, it'll just keep going. You'll just leave it bouncy for now. So taco. If I make a physics material, I add that to the rigid body to the mesh collider. There it is. Now we got a bouncy taco. Should we? Yeah. Obviously, we should start it up and
Yeah. Oh yes.
yeah. Make a prefab. We have just created It's Raining Tacos, the video game.
You've got to make like 7 more, and so they're just all falling as you into the game. Bouncing tacos.
Could you put the bouncy modifier on yourself?
Yes.
That sounds fun. We might have to make this completely unplayable.
It has like 0.5 mass. Well, it's too many mass. Negative mass.
Anyway. Oh yeah, I was excited about kicking a dumpster, and then we found a giant taco. So that's basically what we need. We need stuff that doesn't move, stuff that does move. We're playing with colliders. We're doing dumb stuff. It's raining tacos. Make sure that you make prefabs out of all your stuffs, especially your stuffs. Giant bouncing taco. Okay. Just a little more chaos.
Yes.
We need to play that when it's raining tacos, so it was like, that was my
We put the audio on Hellboy so that it's playing, it's raining tacos, the rating definitely can't like publish it.
It's heaven, the promised land. Oh.
Jump on top of it.
All right, I'm going to lunch early. Have fun with it is what I'm saying. Let me stop the video before I play a video because that would be insane. Yeah, that should be done. We hope.